Okay, it says we're live, so I'm going with it. All right. Welcome from the Crossroads of America talk show, shooting with disabilities, guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page, PayPal, all that other good stuff down in the info below. So that introduction's done. So let's see who was in my chat first. Was Gun Loving Grandpa, DJ Play Nice, Jason Stewart. I can never pronounce it. Mac Joe.
Just call him MK Joe.
MK Joe. That works. Yeah, that's it at the moment. So the live notice must be just going out, and as people crawl in, or they might be doing something else. Because I don't know about where everybody else is, but it's a nice evening tonight. It's 70 odd degrees, sunny, shining here in southern Indiana. Can't be. Raphael's here, Sabrina's here. So that's it. Let me introduce my panel so far. I've got Wheelchair Luke. How you doing?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And we got good old Squibload.
Yep.
Then Jason Stewart.
Good to see you, Rick. Good to see everybody. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Then we've got, I don't know how to describe him, but New York Outcast.
Hello, guys. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody.
The voice of adventure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the, I tell you, like if you decide what you're going to do, are you going to jump off? You're going to jump off the side of this, this cliff here into the lake, or you're going to walk down and get in that way? And he's the one on your shoulder saying, "Walk down, climb in by the stairs. It's safer." Don't
go. Don't head off till you got insurance.
What was that, Squib?
New York Outcast, the angel on your shoulder?
No, the Debbie Downer on my shoulder, telling me to always take the I guess call it an angel. Take the best way out.
Now, would I be a Debbie Downer if there was a rusty shopping cart down there, or a tree stump, or some vehicle 3 feet under the water as you dove in?
The Doctor of Doom.
Anyway,
rusty shopping cart is the first thing that came to his mind.
Yeah, you can tell what he did in his youth. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to bring this up. As everybody knows, this is Shooting with Disabilities. And I was saying to the panel, most of the panel before they got here, was that I don't know, I don't know, getting burnt out or what, but I need help from you, the audience, or even the thing. I need topics, to help me with this disability, because that's Shooting with Disabilities, and I try to talk about it for the first half of the show. I try, but maybe only last 15 minutes, if that. But if you guys got anything, if you got anybody out there shooting with disabilities, if you have a disability, or you want to come on the show and give us your bio or whatever, just let me know. I'll invite you on, and you can take, as much time as you want to talk about yourself, if you want to. I'm offering that out to you. So, or if you know anybody that wants to do it, let me know, and we'll invite them on. Or you got any topics that you want? we might have talked about them already, but give me a topic and we'll bring them up again. I just want help is what I'm asking for, because it's I don't know. I'm feeling as I said, I'm feeling drained or tired, or maybe I should just take a break for a little while. I don't know. So I'm throwing that out to you all, you guys. So as it happens, I was all planning to go shooting today, but it didn't happen. I was gonna go. I could have gone. It was after I got back home. This is how bad. This is where old age gets to you. I was going to hook up with my friend who I went shooting with the other day, last week or the week before, and go to his place. But he decided to go fishing. So I came home. Then after I got home and settled in, I'm thinking, well, damn, I'm a member. I got that membership to the conservation club. Nobody ever uses it. Why don't I just go down there, set up, even if I only just set up one target and shoot at it, unload, 2 or 3 magazines at it. But I was already settled down. So it's where I was going with getting old or whatever. I just said, nah, I'll leave it in the next time. That's pretty sad, but anyway, that's what I mean. And also I must admit, for just an update on my disabilities, now that I got I had the left hip done 3 years ago almost. Well, it'll be 3 years in July. And I said I had my right hip done the end of this January 28th of this year. And so it's almost 2 months? January, February, March, yeah. And the last couple of days, I haven't even taken the cane with me in the truck. I'm leaving it at home. For the last couple of days, that's what I've been doing. So I'm not jumping in and out of my truck, like a spring chicken. But I'm getting in there. Oh, and talking about that, I don't know if I mentioned it, that I had, because I think it was you, Jason, that mentioned it, about getting a handle for my side of the truck.
Yep, up there on your pillar by the windshield.
Yeah, well, my friend, who he's a bit of a car mechanic type thing, he said, I tell you what, he said, you can go get one. He said, you can eventually go buy one. But for right now, he took the one off the passenger side, had to drill a couple of holes in the panel on my side, right? But stuck it on my side. Because the bolt, he said, most of the bolt holes are already there.
Yep.
So I've got it on. Now, of course, I got 2 gaping holes on the passenger side where it was sitting. But I got it on my side now. I just grab hold of it and slide in.
Yeah, just get one from the junkyard, man.
What'd you say, Squib?
Why would they put the weld nuts in the frame on the driver's side, on the left-hand side, for an oh shit handle if the oh shit handle was never an option on the vehicle?
It was. You had to get up in the different higher models to get the driver's side. But the passenger side was always there.
Right. So I'm saying he didn't have anything substantial to drill it into, unless he just took a couple of sheet metal screws and went into the frame, and really that's just rolled over sheet metal. That's not.
No. It actually had the bolt holes there.
Yeah.
Underneath the plastic.
Okay. Yeah. There was one missing, and he had to drill through the steel frame to make the bolt hole.
What it is the passenger side one is not quite shaped the same when you flip it around the other way on the other side.
Yes.
The driver's side, there's like a left and a right if you would go look at one that has both of them. But it's just a slight little bit of curve. Actually, mine is like curved on the passenger side, and it's like square on the driver's side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will more likely go to scrapyard or buy one for the driver's side. You know, have it and have that one put back on the passenger side.
Yeah, the true driver's side one is like the opening is like a little shorter, and it's just shaped a little different. The passenger side one's kind of a longer handle or strap or whatever I'm saying.
Yeah. Now the reason I put that what do you call it? Oh shit handle in there is as you can see, because my camera's on, I'm a big boy, you know, and I put my left foot up on my what you call it, those floorboards I put on there, but I was grabbing hold of the steering wheel to pull myself in, and I thought, am I going to damage my steering column in any way?
Yeah, you can. You make the bearings go out of it.
And not only that, my steering wheel is one of those that it's got that lever on it, and you can adjust it up and down. And I thought, well, maybe that might be a weak point on it too.
What year is your truck, Rick?
A 97.
And what is it? What type of truck?
Ford F-150. I think, what is it, the 4.6 liter?
All right.
Yep, Triton.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's so it's either that or hanging on to my door, trying to get in. And I thought that, well, that's just as bad, you know. So that's why I wanted one of those handles hooked into the actual frame that could take my weight.
Do you have step bars?
Yes.
Is it gray?
Yes, it is.
They're on Amazon for $10.65.
Oh, yeah. Send me a link, please, in email. You don't mind? Yeah.
All right, I'll try.
Yeah, I went to the junkyard and just got the handle and the whole plastic on the A-pillar thing. It's been a few years. I don't remember what he charged me. I think I got that, and I got a new knob for my heater, and yeah, I made it, gave him $10 or $15, something like that.
Yeah. So that's right. Sorry, I'm reading the I'm writing down what's called Rob just said in the internal chat. Or I can use that's not a bad idea.
So what's everybody think about what happened out in Boulder, Colorado? Let's hear that and what Biden's doing.
Yeah. That's what you want to talk about, huh?
No, I'm just kind of curious to see where everyone else is at on this.
Well you go first, Jason.
Okay. I don't know like the true facts of the situation out there. I know some of it. I do notice in the mornings the news, that's all they got to talk about and spin their narrative on it. And of course, Democrats will use this opportunity to try something. I don't know if they can, but they'll try something. They'll talk about it. But then, like always, next week it'll be something new, a different story, and no one will ever remember Boulder, Colorado.
What do you make of it, New York Outcast?
Honestly, I haven't been paying attention. Don't have the educated opinion.
Okay. What about you, Squib?
I think I talked about it enough yesterday.
Oh, all right. So if you weren't in a chat with Squib, you're shit out of luck.
Well, I will add that some of it seems kind of sketchy.
That's
But
what
again, we're just getting told what they want us to hear too.
Yeah.
It's not like we're there on the ground and got the true facts. But the news is always going to have their spin on it. But there's some things I have questioned about it. One of them is both these shootings that's happened lately, they instantly pop up real quick. Oh, they bought the gun 6 days ago and they passed a background check. Well, how in the hell do you know? You ain't supposed to be keeping the 4473s or any information. So how in the hell did you track down the fact that he bought this gun 6 days ago and the story ain't even been out a half hour? That's like the greatest journalist in police investigation of all time.
You keep the 4473s for 20 years. The police can know within a matter of a few inquiries if the gun, where it was bought and by who, unless it was bought more than 20 years ago.
How do they do that?
Okay, you recover the gun from the crime scene, right?
Okay.
You got the manufacturer's name and serial number on the receiver. You contact the manufacturer and say, hey, we're the police, serial number, blah, blah, blah. Where'd it go? They say it went to distributor X. You call distributor X. Hey, we're the police. Serial number, blah, blah, blah. Where'd it go? It went to FFLX. You go over to FFLX. Hi, we're the police. Here's a warrant. Let me see your 4473 for serial number X. Yep, it was bought 6 days ago by Joe Smith. All right, thank you. Have a nice day. And none of that is against the law. That is the way it works.
Okay.
Oh.
An FFL is required to keep a 4473 on file for 20 years. If they
Yeah,
go out
or
of
until they
business,
go out of business. Yeah.
if they go out of business, the ATF seizes it.
But what I was trying to, they've got, I mean, because the last I saw was they had not found out what FFL he bought it at, but they knew he bought it only 6 days ago, which doesn't make sense.
Unless Colorado has got a handgun registry, which would save them a lot of time. So in Michigan, let's say my handgun was recovered at the scene of a crime. In Michigan, they know that's my gun without having to do the whole backtrack. That's what the registry does for them because we have a handgun registry here. So if they have, because this was whose mic is on?
I think mine is.
Okay, you
So
should
if they have a handgun registry in Colorado, which I'm not aware of, I know they have a magazine ban, but they don't enforce it. Law enforcement and people still buy standard capacity magazines there. Nobody gives a shit. But if they have a handgun registry, then they would know as simple as just getting in a police cruiser and typing in the number. It's that quick. So if they have that in place, does anybody know if Colorado has a handgun registry? Because this was an AR pistol, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they do or not, but they have, back to what you were saying, I believe Colorado they either passed it, they actually done some sort of assault weapon ban 2 years ago, and they've never implemented it as well. What I'm worried about is the original thing I saw was a AR-15 type pistol modified with a brace. So are they going to, besides making the AR, are they going to go back to, making braces illegal or try to again?
Well, you notice both these shootings gave them every angle that they wanted.
Yeah.
They got race involved in the first one. Okay.
They tried it on the second one.
And they failed a background check that failed. Okay. Because you didn't want this guy to have it. And it's all about race and hate of the Asians. So they got that story going. And then this week you got this out there. And of course they got an AR pistol. They got to keep saying it's an AR pistol too. And he passed a background check. So there's a problem with the background checks. They've also come out and started saying he was a white supremacist until they found out who he really was. But see, they won't talk about that. They won't talk about being a radical Islam. They won't mention that anymore. That's buried, but it covers all their grounds: mass shootings, hate crimes, AR pistols, and of course they all passed a background check. So there must be something wrong with the background checks.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the guy there in Colorado, he was known to the FBI through some of the people he associated with, and he's yeah. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just saying from a quick search, it's on Colorado. It was saying that no, they don't have a registry, but there is a Brady Act. That's another matter. Let me see. Sorry, I lost here. It basically gives some cities the legislative power. So in some cities, apparently they do have something under the Brady Act. Is what I'm getting from it. An article from rmgo.org. So that's what it popped up under a Google search. If anybody's wondering, so I can't say if it's 100% true or not, but apparently they have a variation depending on cities because their constitution leaves a loophole for that.
I guess I never really thought about it, but both those shooters are in custody and are still alive. So I guess maybe they probably could even ask them, where'd you get the gun?
I think the story that's missing is where was the good guy with the gun?
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I believe. I don't know. I mean, I doubt in that supermarket. I mean, I don't know what the rules are in Colorado. I mean,
well, I just bought a holster with the guy from Colorado, and he told me in his town, he said 80% of people wear a concealed carry, in his part of Colorado, but he definitely didn't sound like he was from Boulder or Denver, but but
you got to remember Boulder, Denver, Aspen, all them towns are very left leaning. They're very libertized.
Yeah, but I think everything outside of that is maybe Columbine, but everything else is very, very country and rustic.
More wide open spaces than cities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, because even what's her name, that new congresswoman. I don't know if she still owns it, but she owned a bar, and all her waitresses walked around with guns on their hips.
That's in Wrightsville, Colorado.
I got a friend that moved out there. Him and his wife, and they live in like southern Colorado, and it's like a desert there. It's not cold weather and skiing and snow and nothing like that, he says. No, I've seen some pictures. It's kind of just like desert.
Yeah. I mean, it does have some of that down in the southern part,
Yeah, a bit of it is until you get northern, northern near the mountains there, close to the border of Wyoming, about an hour. Well, within a couple hours of the border there. So, and then you cross over, Cheyenne would be like one of your biggest cities in that area. So I had to work there for a while and drive down through that way. So nice scenery.
I lived in Colorado back in 1966, 67, I think it was. Colorado Springs.
He moved out to Colorado because he runs used car lots, and like through the car auctions and stuff out there, man, he has sent me pictures, all kinds of deals. He gets cars cheap in Colorado, cheaper than what you can get them here.
Yeah. All right.
GOA released a video today that said that the supermarket chain where the murder took place finally banned open carry in their stores because Mom's Demand hot rear action kept pestering them to do that. Now, you could say because there was open carry in the past and now there's no open carry, it's a soft target. I'll give you credit for that. It's a bit of a stretch because even where open carry is allowed legally, not a lot of people do it, on the regular, right? I'm not saying it shouldn't be allowed. It should be, and business should have the right to say no, but that's fine. You ain't going to get my business. So really think about that. But this goes right back to the whole, okay, you took away my ability to defend myself. So where's the security? Where's the security?
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, I don't know how much open carrying goes on in Boulder, as you said, but if you're open carrying and the store doesn't allow it, and you're a law-abiding citizen, unless you stick your gun inside your waistband and carry concealed, you're going to leave it in your truck or your vehicle before you go in there. So I don't know. It is a real. I don't know. This is definitely. Sometimes I feel it's like Alex Jones conspiracy going on here. It seems that they're there. When they need something to boost their gun control agenda, something happens. It's like, I'm not saying the government, but like Mom's Man's Action or one of those anti-gun groups keep these. They find these people, right, and keep feeding them. At the end, they finally say something to them that makes them snap, and they go out there and do their shit.
And you ever heard of the CIA?
Is that too far-fetched? Is that too gay frog?
Yeah, that's way too far-fetched. You're giving a lot of people way too much credit, and you're feeding it.
We do in other countries.
Every conspiracy theory is very easily unraveled. It's based on a bunch of people who mean well, but they're trying to substitute their opinion for facts.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So,
but on a similar case, today the Ninth Court borrowed open carry, and I'm not sure if that was just in Hawaii or where, but they did block open carry.
Yeah, on that Hawaii case.
Yeah, Young versus the state.
And what amazes me, they used the British law to do it.
Yeah, because they were in a state till 1948 or 51 or whenever they became a state, and so they based off British law. Yeah.
Okay.
Your ancestors.
Yeah, this is the United States of America now. When you joined and wanted your statehood and you were granted it, you should have got a copy of the Bill of Rights while you were at it.
Hey,
I don't care what the kings and the queens and the tribes and whoever the hell ran Hawaii before. You're under the United States now, so
wouldn't they need to be now have to be a our will issue instead of our shall issue? Yeah. Will issue instead of shall issue. Now they have to issue concealed carry permits.
See, Hawaii won't issue concealed or open.
Right, but they supposedly you have to issue one.
Yeah,
from what they were saying is they had concealed carry, but nobody had one. Like they issued like 30 in the last so many 10
well,
years.
Hopefully this will go to the Supreme Court. Hopefully. And let's hope they pick it up.
Rick, going back to what you're saying about how coincidental it is, think about how many people get gunned down in the inner cities every night. Every night. In some cases, 4 people or more, which is considered a mass shooting, right? And it doesn't.
People got shot near me the other day.
Right, and it doesn't make the mainstream
news.
Not near me. Or when the person doesn't use an AR-15, it doesn't make the mainstream news. Or it makes it, but it's only there for a little bit. Okay? How about when somebody, a good guy with a gun, does fight back? It doesn't stay in the news very long, does it? These things happen every single day. That's why I'm glad Budget does a self-defense shout out. Damn. Okay, am I the one hearing this?
No, I'm hearing it too. I think, and by the sounds, I think it's Will and Well Armed.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So the point being is these things happen every single day. But if the politicians are up on their soapbox trying to push legislation or shut down legislation, here's where the mainstream media comes in and helps them out because they work hand in hand. So that's where you get the coincidence. It's not that, hey, we need to set up this patsy to go ahead and commit this act so we can get our agenda across. They've got something every single day. It's how much do they want to report it? How much do they want to sensationalize it? How much lying do they want to do? Now, is one party calling up one major news network and saying, hey, man, you got to do? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of that stuff was backdoor stuff. That's about as conspiracy as I'm going to get because it's entirely plausible from the standpoint of they both need each other. The media wants to push the doom and gloom because that gets them ratings. The politicians want to use the doom and gloom against us, but they pick and choose which stories they want to run with, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, as they say, as that saying goes, never let disaster go to waste. You know? So, but it is. It's
a crisis go to waste.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what they're doing. So,
it's an atrocity. It's man-made, hence it's an atrocity. Budget pointed that out yesterday, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah. I was listening to his show yesterday. I typed in the comments, but he totally ignored me. So I was very upset. So I took my football and went home. So
gave him a thumbs down and
left.
Quit.
Yeah. So anyway, not Will and Well Armed. Wheelchair Luke. What's your opinion? You brought this up, so what's your opinion?
Oh, here's what as far as gun control goes, I talked to a couple of my friends that were vets. They are vets, and my one friend brought up a really good point. She said, you start doing these background checks about like mental health. If a veteran now, I'm not 100% sure on how this works, but I think she said like if you were in the service and you came back with PTSD and these background checks would, these harsher ones would go through. You're talking people who made a career out of firearms not being able to have one, but some idiot like me down the street can go get one. So she made that point, and I agree with that. But I think with these mass shootings, here's my thing, is that they were done with a firearm, whether it was a rifle or a handgun, right? Well, no matter where you're at, who you are, if you have it in your head that you want to go kill a bunch of people, you're going to find a way to do it, whether firearms, knives, a rock, your hands are available. So pointing out, saying that, like you guys were saying, just saying that, the media was pick and choosing, about what to broadcast and how to do it. Well, you know what? People have been killing each other since the beginning of time. Somebody wants to kill someone, they're going to kill someone. It doesn't matter how they do it, they're going to kill somebody. So to take away law-abiding gun owners' right to have that, to me, is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but it all goes. I agree with you, and I totally understand what you're saying, and you're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah,
but what is there? 100,000 gun owners in this country?
Oh, you mean 100 million?
100 million, yeah, right. So that means there's 200 million who are against.
But how many people actually?
No, it doesn't mean that much. It's probably 100 million that are against and 100 million that are on the fence.
And here's the biggest thing that really makes me mad, though, is that they, with the most recent shootings, they talk about how this person bought it legally or this person bought it this way. But what, the media doesn't show is that how many crimes are committed in the United States by unlawful gun owners or guns that have been stolen. They don't talk to you about that.
No, but I mean, as we all know, crime in this country technically is going down. And any statistic you want, you just go to the FBI website. They got the statistics on who killed what with who, or how many were killed with a knife, how many killed with a hammer.
But that's also what's been reported as well. So I don't know. I'm one of those ones that, hey, just leave me alone with my guns and I'll be happy.
Well, that's what we all were.
I mean, nobody's going after the opioid pandemic like they are the guns. They're not going after swimming pool deaths and drownings like they are guns. I mean, there's a lot more. I mean, driving without, Joe Biden's wearing his mask on a bicycle and not wearing a helmet like an idiot. I mean, there's a lot of stupid things out there that are more dangerous than a gun.
Yeah, I mean, like Senator Kennedy said, what are you going to do? Ban all the sober drivers, for all you have on the road is drunk drivers?
Well, then you're going to start banning everybody from publishing anything that hurts anybody else's feelings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, also, and another thing you got to look at is if you start on the background checks, if you start looking into the mental health and all this stuff, you're getting into areas that you have no business knowing. But we need to know, for we don't sell them a firearm. It's a very touchy subject. I
want you to look at this too. All these gun tubers that really only give a shit about getting more subscriptions and more patrons keep extending the olive branch to all these people who have always voted for the politician that promised to take away all of our guns. And last year, or maybe even this year, they went out and bought their first gun. They got their concealed carry permit. They finally got into guns because they were scared, finally, in their life, scared enough that they said, I've got to have something to defend myself against, whether it be crime, a mob, or our government. But yet these same people, these are the ones that have voted for the people who are in power. Where are they? Why aren't they writing, emailing, calling these politicians en masse going, look, we have voted for you for the past 20, 40 fucking years, and now we own guns. Get your hands off of them. They're not, and they're not going to. They are not our friends, and all these people that keep inviting them in and trying to be nice to these people, all they're interested in is money. So don't count on those people. But right now, according to the things all these gun tubers have been saying, these are the people that can make a difference. Because if I get a hold of my senator, he's going to be like, you've never voted for me. But these other people can get together in their groups and go, look, we're okay with destroying all these other American things, but now we own guns too, so hands off the guns. But they're not doing it. They're not.
That's because if you bitch and complain about an issue enough, regardless on what side of this fence you're on, but if you bitch and complain enough, it's that attitude that has had this country for the last couple of years. If you bitch and complain enough about something, you'll get your way.
Well, they're not bitching right now, and they should be. So they are not our allies.
Exactly.
And be honest
That
with
only
you,
works for them.
be honest with you, now that you don't see too much rioting in the news now, right? I wouldn't be surprised some of those first-time gun owners are be going back to the gun store selling them.
Yep.
Well, I even saw today on my local news. I'm up near Pittsburgh. I think it was Allegheny County, I believe. They have seen a humongous increase in concealed carry permits. Which I'm sure there's, it's probably not just there, but they were even saying, and they went on and continued with the rhetoric of, well, do you think that's
We lost you.
Oh, his connection went gray.
Yeah, he must have. He's still showing the up on mine, but his volume's out.
So, you guys hear me now?
Now we can.
Yeah. Allegheny County, where it's a little bit south of me, they said they had all those satellite stations where people can apply for concealed carry permits. They said they had a huge turnout and they're wanting to do more. And from what I understood on the news report, some of these people don't even own firearms. They just
we're losing you. You're breaking up. Yeah. So we lost him again. So it's there was something I was going to mention. Damn. It's gone. Couldn't have been that important, as I was always told.
Was it with regard to some of the laws they're trying to push right now?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was. I don't remember exactly what it was, but hopefully, if they can't get rid of if the filibuster stays, then they need 60 votes to pass any law, and I don't. Even with the waffling rhinos, I don't think they'll get 10 senators to flip votes. I really don't.
Well, they're already trying to find a way to wiggle around that.
Yeah, I know they are.
Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. estates would give them 4. They're trying to, you get this. This is hypocrisy at its finest. Did you hear about the senator from Iowa?
No.
She's a Republican. She beat the Democrat in this last election. Now they're crying, it's not right. We got votes that we haven't counted. It's been we're close to how many months since we had the election?
Yeah,
November.
It's not a senator, it was a congressperson.
Yeah, 4 months, 5 months.
He won by 6 votes.
Yeah, now they find votes that we forgot to count them. So we want to go around the election that was certified, that you said was the most certified, transparent election in history. Now they want to cancel that out and decide to vote by their vote and get rid of her and give them one more Democrat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they lost so many.
Jason, did they find those ballots in boxes in a ditch next to a bunch of boxes full of Trump ballots, too?
Yeah, they're stuck in the bottom of a mailbox or something. I don't know, but that's look. They wouldn't let Trump get challenged. Nothing. Didn't want to hear it. Put it on the news. No. And now they're watering at the mouth to
and just think,
undo one.
And HR1 or S1, as it's known now in the Senate, right, which they were discussing today, right? They would make that even easier for the federal government to change, because they want to take over all voting rights. And I don't see how they can do that without having a constitutional amendment. But what in the fuck do I know?
Well, they want to do a lot of things for a constitution, because the Constitution says Washington, D.C. is not a state, and it's not supposed to be a state. They didn't want it to be a state.
No.
But, they're pushing for that anyways.
It's not, it's turned into a big city and shit like this, and it wasn't meant to be that. It was just meant to be where the government came together to meet. So I don't know.
Well, now hold on a second. If you turn Washington, D.C. into its own state, right?
Yeah.
Being that it's a city, not a county, being that it's a city, not a state, being that it's a city, it's a district as well, not a territory. Then by that same logic, couldn't you turn Chicago and L.A. and New York City and pick your city into Austin, whatever, into its own state, all right? You might go, well, now we're going to end up with like 102 states or 105 states. That's right. But wouldn't that give more voting power back to the rest of the country, and these states would be kind of minimized? These new states that are cities, these city states would not have as much influence over the rest of the state because now they're their own state. So let's say Chicago wanted all the gun control. You can have it. You're your own state now. The rest of Illinois wants to have their Second Amendment rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But I don't.
Would people be required to vote to get that done?
What, the D.C. and the Puerto Rico thing?
To make all the bigger cities their own state.
Now, I thought it would. That's what I'm saying. I thought it had to be done through a constitutional amendment or something like that to add to become states. Not a constitutional amendment, but a constitutional convention or something like that.
It would take amending the Constitution to make Washington, D.C. a state. Now, the others, to add new states, I don't think so. But it is clearly defined out for Washington, D.C. to be the government and the capital and for it to be its own district.
Yeah. As Rich said, this is what I was trying to say. Washington, D.C. was not meant to have more than 2 residents, the president and vice president. Everyone was supposed to live in the town surrounding the governmental district of Washington. That's what I always thought, too. But, they're just, all I'm going to say is the comics are coming true. Hydra. That's what's happening. So.
I've always thought about, because Washington, D.C., the residents there, they put taxation without representation on the license plates, and they've cried wanting to be a state forever. Careful what you wish for, because what if you was a new state? Okay, well, now you have to have a new governor. Now you have to have all new politicians. Now as a state, okay, now you're going to be responsible for the roads, the schools, the retirements, the benefit. You got a lot of responsibilities that's going to have to be paid for. So you people that want to be a resident of a new state, why don't you just stand out there and say, increase my taxes by 75%?
Well, they're already doing it anyway, so.
Balanced budget. They never had to deal with the balanced budget because they just get more money from the federal.
Yeah, it's I don't know. But then, going back to the guns thing, what's there now? 18 states with constitutional carry and a few more hopefully added this year. You're getting constitutional carry in some of these states, but then they're trying to fight gun control at the federal level. It's kind of weird, really. Right now, I don't know if Roll Call got any more information. I see he's in the chat that last I knew here in Indiana, it's sitting in the committee on the Senate, our constitutional carry bill. It ain't gone anywhere. It's kind of pissing me off, really. So hopefully it will eventually hit the floor, but I don't know if it will or not. So.
See, we were right on the edge of constitutional carry here last year. They put it forth about every 2 years, and it makes good progress, and then something happens. But the last one, it was a done deal. The only thing they were arguing about was putting a pamphlet in the purchase of a brand new gun to explain the laws, and they couldn't get the sentences right, so they ended up scrapping that, and they finally just decided that they weren't going to put any pamphlet at all inside of new gun purchases. And our constitutional carry was literally 11th hour. We were within days of it being passed, and they had the nightclub shooting here where the guy used an AR pistol and killed his sister and his friends outside.
Yeah.
And the whole thing done, over with, never talked about again.
Isn't it being tried again this year?
I don't think it is. I haven't heard a single thing promoting it.
But I don't know. It's just kind of weird. See, another coincidence. Hey, it may be gay froggish, but it's awful coincidental. A shooting happens when something that's for our side's going to work falls the
bump stock thing. Shooting in Vegas, how that played out, and then the whole bump stock thing came about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The bump stock thing with Vegas is 922R with Stockton. It's the same thing. That's all it is.
We don't have any information about Vegas though, for real. Just what we can remember ourselves on the early days of it, but they won't tell us anything about that. All the investigations, the court, all that's sealed from that.
They released a report on the whole thing. They released an inventory of every gun, all the serial numbers, everything.
Yeah, but nothing about him, his mental health, who he worked for, his military training background, nothing. It was all sealed.
Missing security guard, the cameras in the hall that weren't part of normal security.
I remember them releasing information about what they found in his house, the fact that he had a pilot's license. They even talked about his gambling debts. Remember, they interviewed the girlfriend that conveniently left the country or something, and there was a lot of stuff released about that.
Yeah, but I think
it all smelled funny to me.
They never figured out why.
And how was he making shots that far away without a spotter or help?
He's
having to lob them in there.
I've been where he shot those people. I could have made that shot, no problem. No problem. I've actually jogged right around that, and, stood down there and looked up and, all right, counting windows. And, I'm telling you, I'm surprised that people don't drop more stuff off of some of those structures up there. They've got big glass panels and they've got fences and stuff like that for the walkways. So it's a lot more difficult for somebody to jump on the street and kill themselves or throw a brick or a rock or something. But to commit a mass murder in Las Vegas is not hard to do. The woman who ran over all those people with her Oldsmobile in front of the Paris, they put concrete bollards up in front of the Paris. They'd never been there before. And there's still other parts up and down the strip where it'd be very easy to take a used piece of shit car and run over 20 people. It would not be hard to do.
Yeah. Well, do you think he's going to go with, do you think he's going to try the mandatory buyback?
I don't know if that'll go anywhere.
Anything he does with a presidential order will get challenged, and we'll have to see if the Supreme Court agrees on it or not.
Yeah, because technically, you can't do an executive order on, like a constitutional thing.
Well, the Kavanaugh and some other people, and I know he's not there anymore, but even that people don't like him, that asshole Barr that was Attorney General. A lot of them, as soon as you start to ban the AR conversation, they bring up not the fact that it's a rifle, not the Second Amendment. They break up the fact that it's a commonly used item, and we cannot ban a commonly used item.
Yeah, the only problem is Barr was anti-gun, but Garland, he's so far left on the anti-gun thing, it's scary.
Yeah, he's the little Dr. Fauci of gun control.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Knives is in the chat, and it's not the Biden administration. They sent a memo around to everybody in the White House. It is, you now have to call it the Biden-Harris administration. Did you guys read
regime? That? The regime.
You know, but hey, he's getting so bad. As I've said, mark my words. She will be president of this country before the end of the year. Prove me wrong. You know.
Boy, I don't know. I wouldn't bet against it. I'm not saying it's tomorrow, but next week, next month.
Oh yeah,
4th of July. I don't know, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Hey, talking about another thing of his doing was like here in Southern Indiana, gas is now $2.95 a gallon.
Yeah.
And only a few weeks ago, it was just barely above $2. You know?
Yeah, I'm getting about $10 gives you about a quarter of a tank. That's about what I'm getting right
now. We're gonna get back to the $100 to get you.
But the funny thing is, oil. The barrel of oil is cheap as it's been in a long time. That's gone way down. I was heard about it like it's been down 3 weeks in a row yesterday. I was reading about it yesterday. I think it's at 52 or 48 a barrel.
If you guys would invest in a new truck, you'd get better mileage and this wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but I could pay for extra gas and not have any payments and still come out ahead.
I can't buy a new truck because this goddamn Biden-Harris administration still hasn't sent me my goddamn stimulus check yet. I just checked up on it before we went live. Even the Democrat senators and Congress people are yelling at the IRS and Social Security saying, where in the hell's their checks? The last one, the $600 one done under the Trump administration, when they announced it that it was happening, Social Security people like me got it in 2 days. Right? They haven't even started thinking about us yet. Bastards. Excuse my little rant. But there we go. That made everybody quiet, didn't it? Nah,
I'm just laughing with the mute button on.
You guys don't need the money. You get all that free money from the government already.
It ain't fucking free money. I paid into that all my fucking working life. That's my money that they're giving to me. It ain't a privilege or what's the word? It's not a handout. That's my fucking money.
Man, they ripped me off right from the beginning of my working adult life, man. So like when I started going to work and paying into my Social Security, like my family and everybody I know around, you could get Social Security when you're 65, okay? And you could like apply and get like half your Social Security at like 60 or 61 or something like that, and you looked, 65-year-old people as being old people. Well, that's how it was when I started. And then they changed the law and I fell into it afterwards. They took a cutoff date of when you were born. Now from there on out, now you got to wait till you're 70 years old.
Oh yeah. It's
changed the rules just as soon as I started playing.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised the goalposts are going to change again on retirement.
Yeah, like when I'm 74 and a half, they'll bump it up to 80 or something.
Oh yeah. They more likely will. So, hey, but I don't know if it's a lighter note or I wouldn't call it a lighter note. On a sick, twisted mind note, right? Those 500 plus hey, how many deaths from COVID now? They don't even give you the numbers anymore, do they? But the 500,000 who died, most of them are over 65. Look how much money is saved for you younger guys on Social Security. It's going to be there a few bit, so you might get yours. You know.
Well, what age did you say, Jason?
Got to be 70.
Okay. I guess it's game to rip you off in a sense, because on average in America, a male dies 76.1 years.
That's what they're doing it for.
Uh,
That way they don't have to pay out much to you of your money.
Or you'll be batshit crazy by that point, so they can just wheel it out of you in medical expenses or something.
Oh yeah. So anyway, it's 8:00, guys. This is only an hour show. Sorry about that. You know, but remember, I just want to say to the audience before I wind this up and go through the plugs and shout outs. If you guys got any topics on disabilities, because that's what this show is meant to be about, you know, shooting with disabilities, or, you know, I don't care if it's archery with disabilities, you know, drop me an email, ask questions. Or if you've got somebody with a disability who shoots, wants to come on and give us his bio on how he does it and what he does, let me know. I'll give him the platform. He can take as long as he wants to talk about it. You know? So that's all I'm saying. So if you could guys do that, I would appreciate it. And because I need to get it back on track to like it used to be. Maybe I'm getting burnt out and stuff like that, or my heart's not in it anymore, which is due to being burnt out. You know, I'm still disabled and I still shoot, but it's doing this week in, week out. You know, I don't know. That's just something I wanted to mention to everybody. So anyway, let me go through the plugs and shout outs. Who we got up here in my corner up here? Squib. Any shout outs or plugs or anything? Talk to me, Squib. You must have gone off noisy machine. Let's move on to Jason Stewart.
Thanks for the invite, Rick. Yeah, this is the best show on TV right here. And if you want to watch the worst show on TV, I do a hangout on Monday nights. You can stop on by and check that out. But
I stopped by. It wasn't that bad.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, it's a show where the host doesn't worry about topics.
Yeah.
But, thanks for being
my Saturday show.
Yeah.
You know?
Appreciate you being there. And thanks for the invite tonight. And it was good to see everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. My Saturday show is just sort of like I come up with a couple of topics, but we go off in all different directions. That's what the Saturday one's about. But I'm trying to keep this, you know, because there is a lot of disabled shooters out there. And that's why I started it, to hopefully let people know that we do it. And, you know, and we got some disabled people in the chat right here as well. You know, if not physically disabled, maybe mentally disabled. So, anyway, are you back with us yet, Squib?
Yeah, I'm back.
Shout outs or plugs?
Nah.
All right. Appreciate you being here. I really do. New York Outcast. Anything?
Yeah, I'd state, you know, any of you AR owners out there that want to proudly display your firearms, you're welcome to go check out R&L Displays, R&L Firearm Displays. Do a search on that if you want to find these. American made. Wall mount and dust mount.
All right.
Other than that, thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
New York, can you show that picture again?
Did you hear that, New York? There he goes.
And go back a little bit. A little bit more. Has it? I can't see how it's attached to the wall. It just hovers there. It looks nice.
What do you call it, Rob? R&L Displays?
Yep. R&L firearm displays is how it's the easiest way to search it.
Is he
You
just
can, it is called R&L displays, but for some reason you got to add firearms if you want to find it on Google. But basically attaches to the wall, comes with the hardware, anchors. The magazine has a hole in it, so it will remove from here and set right on here. I don't want to mess you up, but this is a different one. This one isn't right. Well, that's for a different one. It's not right.
That's the only thing holding it up?
Yeah.
That's cool.
This here. Of course, give me a second. Mine's not screwed in properly. It was just thrown up for display purposes. But you just set it on like so. Oops, I already put it on, but now it's difficult with one hand. Drop it on. It's got the angle on the bottom like a normal mag. And let me put this down so nobody gets in trouble.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah.
Now it's a table mount.
Cool. Pretty cool.
That's nice.
Thanks, Rob. All right, well armed.
Yeah,
Any plugs or shout outs?
No, not really. But thanks for having me on the show. And it's always a good Wednesday to be here and make it another Wednesday. So appreciate everything you do, Rick.
Thank you. All right, Wheelchair Luke.
Just you guys, thanks for having me. One thing I did want to say was I didn't know if you guys saw, but I got my little icon finally up. I did it on Monday, and so shout out to my friend Brittany for designing that.
Oh yeah, by the way, you're getting a cease and desist letter in the mail from Will and Well Armed. That's very close to his patch design.
Yeah, well, he's white, so I'm okay.
Oh, you're okay. That's okay.
I think you got to flip it the other direction, at least.
Nah. What the wheelchair guy upside down?
No, just pointing left instead of pointing right.
Oh, well.
No, actually, it looks good. And
Looks
the color
good.
in the wheels there, it looks pretty good.
My people would be talking with your people, Will and Well Armed.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay.
All right. Okay, that's it. I want to say thanks, everybody, for stopping by on the Wednesday evening. And I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. with my normal show, just Rick's Life as I See It. And we'll see you all then. So, goodbye, everybody. All right. Good night, Sabrina.
If you can't make it, fake it.